What is going on, everybody? I hope you all had a great Christmas yesterday. It's been a while. It's going to take some getting used to getting back into the podcast mentality here, but really wanted to bring you guys another episode. It seemed like a lot of you enjoyed the Christmas movies ranking. Maybe it's because of the holiday season, just being a good time and things coinciding together is a good episode. So I'm hoping that all of you enjoyed it. I have spent the past couple of days running around crazy this holiday season. Emma Rose and I had actually gone down to Raleigh, North Carolina to visit her brother and his girlfriend at their house. We spent Christmas a couple of days early down there, along with her mom, who traveled with us. It was a wonderful time. And then yesterday, of course, on Christmas, we went over and saw my grandparents, my mom, and that side of the family. So it was super good. Um, I've really struggled figuring out a good topic. I know with the holiday season, everybody's kind of hectic, running around, difficult to listen to pods, difficult to give ideas as well. But I'm doing sort of a personal experience one here. We're going to rank our time in Raleigh, North Carolina. Sort of give you guys the rundown of what we did, where we went, sort of all the fun things that happened. But yeah, just kind of getting right into it. We went down there Thursday morning and then left Sunday morning. So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then left Sunday. So day one would have been Thursday. My dates were all sorts of screwed up throughout this entire trip. So Thursday would have been the 21st. I kept thinking for some reason that Christmas was on Sunday. Christmas Eve was on Sunday, really throwing me off here with just sort of what weeks and days we're working with. But so Thursday we traveled down. It's about a 4.5 hour drive from here to from Bridgewater to Raleigh. So got in the car with dog Scout and Emma Rose's mom's dog Clyde, and we ended up making our way all the way down to Raleigh. Got down there Thursday afternoon. We had a delicious lunch waiting for us in a way. It was kind of a late brunch dinner. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was delicious. My memory, it was a lot of alcohol drank, so my memory is a little bit fuzzy, but I believe it was like a skillet chicken pot pie kind of thing that name's Maddie. So Eli is Emma Rose's brother, and then Eli dates Maddie. Absolutely delicious, Maddie. If you are listening, shout out to you. That food was tremendous. Everything that we cooked up was freaking amazing. But so it was either that or we had like teriyaki bowls. I don't remember. But so we ate in, and then Raleigh's super cool because Raleigh ends up getting super invested into the Christmas spirit. So there are a couple of local bars that just literally turned their regular drinking bar into a Christmas fiasco holiday bar. So we ended up going to this one. I don't know what it was called. It was like some art center that they like. The building itself is an art center, and then inside the art center, I guess, is a bar. I'm not sure. It was super cool in there. Like they decorated it to the dime, like or to the nines. I'm not sure what that saying is, but they did a very good job decorating that place. I mean, from the wall, they had like gotten this sort of sheet of paper and made it look like a chimney. So they had like some other paper that looked like flames and Christmas lights all around, popping music. This place was packed with people. But so we ended up going here. Like I said, I can't remember the name of it, but like it was super cool because they had a select like holiday drink menu, and depending on what drink you got depended on what your glassware or your cup was in. So Emma Rose got this like Jiminy Cricket, and it looked like a greenish, I don't know what the heck was in there, but they shaved chocolate on top. She definitely got the best drink out of it all. It was like a long stemmed sort of wine glass, so it didn't look the most Christmassy glass, but it was probably the best drink by far. Emma Rose's mom got, I don't know what it was, but like the mug itself was like a dinosaur mug and a straw was sticking out of the dinosaur's head. It was super cool, man. I didn't drink that one, so I don't know what it tasted like, but the glass itself was pretty cool. Um, Eli got a old fashioned. It was like a Jack Frost old fashioned. So the ice cube in the middle. Typically, what you do with an old fashioned is it's like bourbon on the rocks with some bitters and orange twist. Um, and so he had gotten this, but the ice that they used was similar to like the consistency of a snowball. So it was super day like holiday. The ice cube kind of just melted and it made that like frost in a way. So that was cool. And then Maddie got another drink, and it came in a glass similar to Emerose's. What sucked is, I guess you could have bought the glass, but I assumed when you spent $15 on a beverage that you got to keep the glassware that it came in, but they kept your tab open until you returned, say, glassware. But I ended up getting. I didn't really want my glass. It wasn't that cool, but the dinosaur mug was sick. They also had like a Santa one, and it was like a big old round, like cappuccino cup, and it was like Santa's big old butt hanging there. So that one was cool too. But I got like it was called a Carol Barrel, and it was just essentially like whiskey bourbon mixed drink, cranberry ish, and this like fa la 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 barrel. So it was super cool. It definitely got me in the spirit of Christmas. We didn't hang out there too terribly long. It was kind of like a one drink, and then we went home and had dinner. Um, Eli's big into making cocktails, and we're all big into drinking cocktails. So he had whipped up a couple of cool little holiday drinks. An Aperol Spritz, I believe, is what one of those is called. It's got like cranberries. It's a pretty light, refreshing drink. He made those on Christmas Day as well for us before we opened up presents. But yeah, so Thursday was a hoot and a holler. It was a good time. We still had a couple more days. I think we opened up a present on Thursday. Sort of something that we could use for the next coming days. But Eli and I we were able to get blessed with some nice weather. So we had a tea time on Friday, which meant we couldn't go crazy on Thursday. We're going golfing at, 8:30 in the morning at Pine Hollow. Super awesome golf course. Most people don't think about golf when Christmas comes around because it's so freaking cold. But when you're in Raleigh, dude, and it's, yeah, it might be 40 degrees in the morning, but we got on the back nine. It was probably a nice 50 to 55. I played like absolute garbage. I believe shot like a 42 over. So I need some help with my golf game. But the reason I bring up golf is because we did open up a gift on Thursday, absolute killer of a gift, but I got golf balls and a super cool like vodka transfusion ball marker. So the ball marker looks like a transfusion. Super awesome. But then yeah, like those golf balls. So I don't actually have like a said golf ball that I use. I know most pros or even, amateur golfers have that one. Like Eli likes the Titleist Tour Softs. So that's like his ball of choice. I've always just been, dude, I hope I find them in the woods. I don't want to spend money on golf balls. I'll go to Facebook Marketplace before I buy one. But I got the Titleist Velocities from Emerose's mom, and they were matte green. They looked like, and none of my friends that listen to it back here in Virginia have seen. Actually, yeah, we did take some in Nashville, but they are called Scooby Snack Shots. So it looks like the Mystery Machine green, and it's melon liqueur. I believe there's some vodka in it, whipped cream. Like it is an amazing shooter shot, whatever you want to call it. But I love those, and we got them introduced to us while we were in Atlantic Beach for vacation. So it's kind of stuck to the quote unquote family drink, if you will, now. But yeah, so I got golf balls in the color of the Scooby Snack Shots. And if y'all have seen my golf game, it's pretty piss poor. So, being that I got these super bright green balls, I was a little nervous because typically the grass is green. But when you're in this sort of time of fall to winter golfing, the grass starts to die. It looks a little gross. I lost one ball, and that was solely because I was drunk and annoyed with how I was playing. So these balls might just be my new golf ball of choice. But like I said, I didn't play too hot. That course is one of the most fun golf courses I think I've ever played. Super challenging. The upkeep is there. I mean, they spend so much money on it to keep it tip top shape, but It was super fun. I probably pounded a handful of twisted teas along with the Michelobs that I had drank. I know I shotgunned at least twice. Got me feeling a little buzzed coming back to have, the Christmas celebration the next couple of days. But did that, hung around. I actually did not eat. Manny made a breakfast casserole, which I should have eaten because it looked amazing. It's like hash browns, eggs, sausage, you name it. Something to help me when I was intoxicated after golfing and needed something to resurrect me. Yeah, I should have eaten. I didn't. But I'm hanging around the house. I was getting into the bartender spirit as well, whipping up some drinks, some White Russians, put a little ginger snap cookie on top. I know I sent some people some pictures. Um, but all in all, we were, pounding some drinks and enjoying Christmas. We knew we were going to go to another Christmas bar. Like I said, Raleigh really gets into the Christmas spirit. And this other place is called St. Nick's. And when we had brought it up, so Eli and Maddie had actually lived in Raleigh before this move, so they knew some of the places to go to. They've spent Christmas there before, and they've gone to this place before outside of the Christmas season. And they were like, "Oh, this is like a frat house." Like it was kind of whack when we had gone. Like we're a little nervous, but it says it's called St. Nick's. Like it's a Christmas bar. We should have fun. This place, I wore my ugly Christmas sweater. It's bedazzled. It is something. Actually, hold on. Let me bust it out here for you guys. Um, if you listen to the pod on Spotify, you won't be able to see this, but it was the um, thumbnail picture from the Christmas movie. So it's super bedazzled, super loud. It is actually a woman's sweater, but I wore this, and of course, when you wear something this loud, people walk up to you, talk to you, want to know where you got it from, whatever the case is. And so I'm drunk. I'm talking to all these strangers. I'm trying to pawn this thing off, honestly. I wear it, twice a year just so people can be like, oh my gosh, you have the best Christmas sweater. I don't mind getting a mediocre one and making $30 off this sweater. I mean, I probably paid like four at the local thrift store in Earlysville, but this place, I mean, I wish y'all could have seen it. Every single room was decorated differently. Like they had window pane and spray painted it like frosty. There was a gold wrapping paper room. They had a freaking candy cane swing inside. All the drinks were super good. I can't even remember when I honestly drank there. I know I had a Modelo and some other holiday drink, but we were chatting it up with these random people, sitting in Santa's sleigh, just having a good time. And I know not many people have interacted with, well, none of you actually have met Eli or Maddie or Emma Rose's mom. They are absolutely wonderful. And it is so much fun to be able to hang out with people. Like, they didn't have, it's weird. You didn't have a choice for me to be intertwined in the family. Emma Rose had that choice. Like they didn't say Emma Rose, it wasn't an arranged engagement or anything like that. But they are just down to earth, super fun to be around, and it makes the experience overall just a lot of fun. It's not like a chore hanging out with the in-laws for Christmas. No, like these people are super fun, have a great idea of what to bring your family to do while there. Like it's not fun to just sit at home. So Maddie made us this awesome itinerary with these Christmas bars, things to do, things to eat, all this fun stuff. So that's what we essentially were doing the whole time. Um, like I said, we were on a bartender kick. So instead of us spending all this money making holiday drinks, we figured we would make our own. So ended up coming back home, doing that, having a nice little, somewhat chill evening, just because the next day was going to be essentially our Christmas Eve. The 23rd was our celebration because we were coming back home. Emma Rose worked on Christmas Eve, the 24th. Eli and Maddie had to go see her family for Christmas. So, we were having Christmas Eve on a different day or Christmas on a different day. So, opened up all of our presents in the morning. We started sipping a little bit on some holiday drinks, having some fun. I know y'all are probably intrigued as to what I might have gotten for Christmas. I got some nice UVA merch, cool new hats. Like I said, my golf game is significantly increased. Eli and I love to dabble in cigars. He's a big cigar guy. Really knows his stuff too. So I'm trying to sort of get that palate or the experience with cigars to get better at them. I think it's a super classy thing, and I love a cigar with a cup of coffee too. So I got a cigar cutter with a couple of different cigars. So I really was living right, man. Like they pegged me to a T how to shop for. Emma Rose did a great job. I got some new shoes too to spiff up my game. I'm not just a country bumpkin that only wears boots. So I got some cool J's. I guess you would call them Nikes. They're not Jordans, but super fun gift giving experience. I'd like to think I did a good job gifting gifts to not only Emma Rose but her family. I had some play there with, ooh, I think maybe Eli would like this, or your mom would really enjoy this. So I think they enjoyed theirs as well. I'm trying to think of something cool I got Emma Rose. That I got her these like slippers. I don't know if it's even worth mentioning. Like this kind of coincides with Raleigh itself, but they're like big old dinosaur slippers, but they're like good for your feet. So it when you're talking about ranking, this is just like Raleigh Christmas, I guess. So like Christmas, the Raleigh experience as a whole, like my gift giving, I always get nervous about giving gifts. So if I did well, that was gonna positively help the rating because everybody was happy instead of like, oh crap, Evan got me a UVA shirt and UVA sucks. Like I did not do that. I gave good gifts. But that was sort of Christmas Eve, or our Christmas Eve. We did the gifts, we did the whole fun stuff there. We ate some lunch. I don't know if we went out. We might have gone out and about. I'm not sure where we would have gone. I know we went out to like the liquor store to get some stuff. Everything was kind of not closed, but you had to be mindful of where you went. So made a bunch of holiday drinks, like I had said. This was sort of where we went crazy, and it was terrible for me. Actually, we made a podcast video for the pod on our holiday drinks that we made. We made 5 total, and we were sipping on all of them. So making a bunch of different things you would have never tried. I tried a mind eraser. I believe it was like bourbon club soda and ginger beer or something like that. It was actually really good. I chugged it and my mind was erased. I woke up hungover. The car ride was awful. I was supposed to drive because Emma Rose worked that Sunday night at 7, so she barely got some sleep. I made her drive most of the way because I was pathetic in the back seat. But yeah, we had a whole bunch of different drinks. I know the Yale was one of them. That's kind of gross because it's gin. The Mind Eraser was really good. White Russians are tremendous. Espresso martinis, which I now know how to make. Had some Scooby snack shots here and there. Like I was probably a absolute wreck. I watched the video. Sadly, it's not quality wise. It's just for the memory banks for us 4 to do it. Maybe one day in the future I'll release the special Christmas episode from whatever year it was. I guess this was 2023. But yeah, overall, it was, dude, just a great time. I mean, I don't need alcohol to have fun, but when you're making these holiday drinks that you would have never done, like my ADD is absolutely terrible. At home, I really struggle to actually make myself a drink. I'd prefer to just crack open a beer and go that route. But I was doing things I'd never done before, shaking the little shaker, stirring, whipping up a classic holiday cocktail. And apparently they were tasting pretty good. Everybody was vibing with them. I mean, it was just a really good Raleigh Christmas. So before just going into some fluff here, I'm just going to give you guys a ranking. We'll have a little bit of a shorter video, I guess, or podcast today. But Raleigh Christmas, Evan ranks, man. I would love to have guests on here. Emma Rose, her family, maybe. I think it would have been cool to do a collab with her mom. Get her on the podcast. She'd probably give this a pretty high ranking. I know I am, but Evan ranks a Raleigh Christmas. I'm going to give it, I don't want to give it a perfect 10 because we'll probably be back next year. And I think there's always room for improvement with, or you got to leave room for improvement, essentially, with experiences and other things like that. You can't give it a perfect 10 because it frankly won't always be a perfect 10. So I'm going to give it a 9.5. there were no lulls in the trip where we were sitting around bored. We had a pretty cool itinerary of, hey, this is what we're doing today. Make sure you plan around this, that, the other. Made some great cocktails. Like I said, they're great people, so the company was wonderful. Ended up with some good gifts. I know Christmas isn't really about the gifts itself, but when you give good gifts and you got some gifts that you can really use, I'm not big into the whole like, let me get you something that I think you'll like and know you won't use it. Everything that I got, I'll be able to use, wear, whatever. So it was super fun. I believe it's the same case for all of them. But yeah, we're giving a Raleigh Christmas a 9.5. We didn't watch any movies. We listened to a bunch of Christmas songs. Like it was great to get in the Christmas spirit. But once we left, kind of felt like Christmas was over. I know Christmas was the day after and I spent it with my family, but for me, it's hard to get into the Christmas spirit. I know I did the Christmas movie rankings, so I was able to watch some movies there. I listened to some holiday music as well. Like I feel like the older you get, the harder it is to get excited and ready for Christmas. But this year, a Raleigh Christmas was what I freaking needed. So thank you, Emma Rose, Maddie, Eli, and Miss Klein. It was absolutely wonderful. So Evan ranks, we're rocking with a 9.5 on this. I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. I know a bunch of you might have to work today. I took a 20-minute break just now because I myself am working. This is absolutely terrible to do the day after Christmas. I do sales, so no one wants to talk to me today. Everybody wants to just push me off until tomorrow. But guess what? I need you to approve your commercials and do whatever. So I am working. But I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you all had a great holiday. We're going to keep up the Evan ranks this week. We're going to hopefully have one today. I might do the UVA game tomorrow. I do want to give you another sports one. But hey, man, people are seeming to like this thing, so we're going to keep rocking and rolling. If you have any suggestions for rankings, if you want to be a guest, this does not have to be a buddy of mine. If you are a proud listener and you want to pop on the podcast and chop it up with me, shoot me a message. Like, let's get something going. I am all about the collabs. We're going to have some great content moving forward. But just thank you all again for tuning in this holiday season. This podcast wouldn't be a thing without my loyal listeners. So a gift to you all is a podcast every week. But yeah, let's keep this train rocking and rolling. Happy holidays. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next one.